Hello, everybody, and welcome to another OgreCast. I'm Ogre. I'll be your host for this game of StarCraft 2. It's a 3v3 featuring myself, Ogre, Shadowsbane, the Protoss, and KillerB, who picks random and got Zerg this time around. And we are playing against Toro Uni, who is spawned as Zerg, Predator PK, and Geo. So looks like we got one of each as our opponents. Apparently these guys are diamond, according to KillerB. I think he can tell that because they were favored. We are actually number 2 in Platinum League. In our 3v3. We don't play very much. We've been moving. I think we got originally placed in bronze or something like that, and then just have been face rolling everybody. So we're up to 2 platinum. But I think we should be in diamond, personally. Mostly because of me, I think. No, I'm just joking. Out of the 3 of us, I would probably consider myself to be the worst. Although, I think me and Shadowsbane are a pretty similar caliber. I just make more stupid mistakes than he does. Now, this looks like Toro Uni's got a drone scout in my base. I'm just gonna pump probes here. I like to go, like, when I'm playing 3v3, I still go an economic build, even though sometimes like when we rush and things like that, I still want to get out some of those early probes because the games do tend to go pretty long. Even after an early rush, you need that economic advantage. So let's see, I got my one gateway warping in. What do we got here? Looks like exactly the same build from Shadowsbane. I think he's copying me. Spawning pool just about up for KillerB. Spawning pool just bursting for Toro Uni, so I think him and KillerB had exactly the same timing on those spawning pools. We got a Zealot chrono boosting out of this gateway. We got a 2-gate here from Predator PK. We got 2 barracks already pumping 2 Marines out of that one and none out of this one, so that was a bit of a mistake. Oh no, he's got a tech lab coming, that's why he did that. So yeah, I don't think. Let's take a look. What have we scouted? Nothing. We know that there's 2 gates here, but he's the only one who actually sent a scout for our team. So I'd like to take a moment to thank Shadowsbane for his diligence there. Myself, it's just enough to concentrate on getting my economy up and running. My base management really takes up all the concentration I can afford. So, yeah, it looks like we got an expansion coming here from Toro Uni. He's got some Zerglings coming up. KillerB is usually really good at defending against these early rushes. Where'd those Zerglings go, though? They turned back. They went back to the watchtower and then just turned away. I guess, I don't know. I don't think they even got any really good scouting information. No. So, yeah, our team has not been scouted very much at all. What do we got? A Roach Warren coming out for Toro Uni. We've got almost pure Zealots here from Predator. And our opponent Geo, he's just popping a reactor onto that 3rd barracks. He has not started pumping units hardcore yet. So at the army size, Predator PK's Zealot army is really the top one, and everybody else is just focusing on their base. I like to get 1 sentry, 1 zealot, 1 stalker generally is my early group. KillerB wants to send some kind of attack here. I personally only have 5 units, but let's take a look. Yeah, so my army size is the same as Shadowsbane, and really the same as KillerB. I mean, I got 250 gas into my army, so I'm not as far behind as I always think I am. They just like to go for these early pushes, and yeah, I'm all over it, of course. In 3v3, you got to stay aggressive. So in we go. We don't have a whole lot of scouting information as to what kind of armies are sitting here. Looks like KillerB is way out ahead of us, and he does manage to draw the Zerg away from his supporting cast there, I suppose. Like, to be able to split up the Zerg, keep the Zealots and Marauders over here. Looks like I got a couple slow units in the back, really doing nothing. Look at how terrible that was. And it's all this is because I was focusing on I think trying to get my probe back out and set up a forward pylon, which nope, I made that up. Okay, so no, that was just horribly controlled by me. I don't think even with my stalkers in there we could have possibly taken that, so I don't feel overly bad. I still managed to salvage my force there. Shadowsbane is pointing out that expo is like was up and finished when we went in there. I got my zealot charge coming. Let's take a look at the production tab. We got charge coming for PK as well, or Predator I should call him. I decided to take this moment to expand myself because they're expanding. Well, turns out that was the worst possible timing, so I'm gonna have to cancel, which is unfortunate. I do, with my army, manage to hold them off long enough that Shadowsbane can get his army out. I don't know why it took me. Well, I guess I wanted to see exactly how many units they had, but yeah, so we do pretty good holding them off. Like, that was some good splitting up by Shadowsbane of the armies. We're really running low on units. I don't know. I mean, holding this off is not going to be easy. I was taking my stalkers and focus firing those roaches, which really went a long way towards our army. Now, you see, this is the good part about keeping the Nexus up. It really distracted all of those Terran units. They were popping away at that Nexus until all three of our armies, well, you know, what was left of our armies, were able to come and attack all at once. So, yeah, it did serve a purpose, just holding on to it for that long. And I guess that's one of the things you can do. If you can keep buildings up during massive battles like that, you know, sometimes they think it's worthwhile to, when you see something warping in, a building warping in, you try and snipe it before it pops up, and really that can be what decides whether a battle goes one way or the other. That one definitely went our way. I'm glad that those Marauders and Marines were focused on that Nexus rather than coming up and target firing my stalkers there before anybody else could come in and support. So they have managed to macro up a decent-sized army here. Unfortunately for them, Toro Uni is the only one with a mind for expanding right now, and the rest of them are just pumping out units. And right now we have all three of our expansions coming up. Shadowsbane was able to expand while that battle was going on, so his Nexus is warped all the way in right now. Mine is going to be coming soon. KillerB's again coming soon. Looks like Toro Uni's going the burrow route. He's still making Zerglings, so we can take a look at his finances here, if you will, his economy. You know, if you're a little mineral heavy, you're always going to be pumping out Zerglings, but you know, I personally am not a big fan of the Zerglings in the mid game like this. I really prefer to tech up to something else. Like, he could be hiding another expansion over here, you know, that costs you a bunch of Zerglings that you could have had, but you know, personally I just don't feel like Zerglings do a whole lot of damage in the late game unless you know, they're as a support